What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Underground Stars Season 2, and I'm here today with...
Pretty Boy Call.
I've been trying to figure out how to say that, because I wasn't sure, like, how I've been saying it as cow for some reason. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but
Everybody always says like Pretty Boy Cole, and I'm
yeah,
like, yeah, you can do
yeah.
that, but
Because
it's Call because it's
your
like,
name is Colin, right?
yeah,
That,
yeah. So
yeah,
it's just like
because,
the first three
yeah,
letters.
that's what, it kind of clicked just now, because I was like, okay, if your name is Colin, C-O-L, I guess that's how you would say it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
how you been, man? How's everything?
Doing great, man. Finally got back into the groove of things, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
like comfortable like making music again. So
Yeah.
like I used to be where at a position where I was just like I don't want to even do this. I don't
Mm-hmm.
even know what sound I'm going for, like things like that.
Yeah.
Just getting in ruts, but we're good. We're
How long have
chilling,
you been
man.
making music?
Uh, well, it started off obviously like as a joke,
Mm-hmm.
like uh I started around like my freshman year of college. I'm in my junior year now.
Yeah.
So about 2, 3 years. And I'm finally getting to that point where I'm like, okay, I can like actually make this like a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like this could be something.
Yeah. And
So
so, like, did you just kind of you started it as a joke? So, when did you kind of start taking it seriously?
uh I would say like last summer.
Yeah.
Cause like up to that point I was making like me music,
Mm-hmm.
like where's my jewel and like send nudes and shit like that. Like obviously like you
Yeah.
would not even take that shit seriously whatsoever. But it was like up to that point, and then around the summer, I got into like Logic
Mm-hmm.
and started watching like tutorials on how to make your own beats and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I've been just like producing, mastering, mixing, and doing it all on my own since then.
Yeah.
And right up to like I would say my most recent album, I've been very comfortable doing it all on my own
Yeah.
and making and like putting it out and stuff like that.
How long did it kind of take you to figure out how to do that all? So, like, where you were to the point, like, okay, I can do my whole album now.
Um, I would say about like 6, 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, there was obviously like tweaking I had to do with like, oh, this needs to sound like this way, or it's gonna come off in a different like way in like the mix once you like listen to it on Spotify.
Yeah.
So that took me about a year to get down like the mastering
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that, which is like a huge thing when you're doing it on your own.
Yeah.
Because like I'm very big on like I like doing it on my own personally because I
Mm-hmm.
don't like paying other people to do
Yeah.
things.
Says
Because
it's cheaper
there's like
that way.
yeah, that too, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why the fuck would I pay somebody to do it if I
Yeah.
can just end up learning it on my own? But there's like specific ways I like to go about mastering it and stuff like that. And there's a
Mm-hmm.
certain sound that I go for. So that's also why I do it on my own too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say about that took me about like a year or two
Yeah.
to get that down.
Dang.
Yeah, but like the making the beats and everything like
Mm-hmm.
that, 6 months, 7 months.
And which part
It
do you
really.
enjoy more?
Oh, I fucking love making beats,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I've who was it? It was like mostly Scrim from Suicide Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he makes like all the beats, I'm pretty sure, and I mean obviously they have help from other people, but I'm almost positive he makes all the beats, and he like totally inspired me to like
Yeah.
do shit like that. Like the whole Memphis sound,
Mm-hmm.
I love it so much. And so like ever since then, like listening to them, I was like, damn, like if he can do this, like I could totally fucking do that too.
Yeah.
So I like picked up on it, and I was like watching like random tutorials on how to actually make it sound like a fucking beat instead
Mm-hmm.
of like some
Just sounds.
harmonica, yeah, bullshit like that. So ever since I would say like around like summer 2019 is when I really started getting it down,
Yeah.
and that's where like I am at now,
Mm-hmm.
like making my own shit.
Yeah. And speaking of the album, you released one. How long ago was it?
So my most recent album
Yeah.
was in August.
August.
That was Life After Round Two,
Mm-hmm.
and that was kind of a sequel to um the album I had before, which was Side Effects of
Yeah.
Youth Round Two. And both of those albums are pretty like they're pretty different in how they sound, but I just kind of like thought it would fit as like a boom, like first and second like
Yeah.
sequence, just of how I felt with it.
Mm-hmm. And what was
Um,
kind of like your process of making that, like your inspirations of doing it and everything?
well, So that first album, the Side Effects Youth Round 2, was mostly like I want to keep making music. Like I already
Mm-hmm.
had an album out before that with my friend, and I was like I want to keep making different music. I have like solo stuff, and
Yeah.
I just wanted to put it out. And then after that, we had a COVID, so I went into quarantine,
Mm-hmm.
and for a while I just wasn't making anything, and I was like, damn, what am I gonna do? So I like once I finally got out of the house and started hanging out with a bunch of friends, that's what that whole album is
Yeah.
like just hanging out with people, the ups and downs of just life
Mm-hmm.
in general, and that's how that came about, to be honest.
And are those two like just fully produced by you, mixed by you, and everything?
Yeah, no help from anybody else.
Dang.
Yeah.
And how long did that take you? Because I mean, making the beats and I guess putting like the lyrics, that doesn't take quite as long as engineering it as well.
So my usual like routine for it, I mean it took about from like April, May till like mid July.
Mm-hmm.
So about I don't know, like 3 4 months to get it all down
Yeah.
and all that. But the usual routine was like just make a beat, and if I like it, I'll write something to it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll master it right there because I
Yeah.
have like the tools for the master chain and everything like that. And and then after that, I'll set it aside, come back to it in like a week, see if
Mm-hmm.
I really like it still, and I'll still like make songs throughout then and see
Yeah.
which ones go with which and all that sort of thing. And so that's how I kind of go into it and really get into it. But it doesn't take too long. It's just because once you get into like those presets and you
Mm-hmm.
understand like what you're doing,
Yeah.
you're set.
Mm-hmm. Once you like know how you want to sound and like how to make that sound, you kind of know
Exactly.
it
Yeah,
goes
yeah,
faster that
exactly.
way.
Yeah. So
And
it
did you
makes it
kind
easy
of
like that.
yeah? I feel like that's what I feel like with a lot of people. They haven't found how to make like their sound a certain way yet, and so that's why they kind of take a really long time either finishing a
Hmm.
song, finishing a beat, because they're still trying to figure out, okay, what's the fastest way I can get to this sound.
Yeah. I think that's a huge problem with what people are doing nowadays. Because I'll see like, oh, I've got like beats on beats on beats, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like, bro, that's just like it's just trap. Like it's just
Yeah.
boring trap. Like it's cool that you're making beats, but I feel like people could be doing something like if you just do something totally different and like experiment and take a risk
Mm-hmm.
here and there, like you'll have a cooler sound or like I don't know. There's this dude on Twitter. His name is Bleed. Shout out Bleed Season. Dude, he drops some crazy shit
He
all the
does. He
time. You've
does.
seen him on there, right?
I've seen him. Yeah, I follow him and everything
Dude,
too.
yeah, he drops some crazy shit and I love it because he's not going the normal like bullshit like trap route. He's
Mm-hmm.
he's like taking trap aspects and like he's blending it all together in like this
Yeah.
cool like new wave of sound and I fucking love it. I
Yeah.
I wish more people were doing that, honestly.
Yeah. It's. I feel like people would love to do that. It's just that it's not what kind of gets them noticed as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are trying to get like take the fast road to getting
Mm-hmm.
fame and like
Yeah.
they people think like, oh, if I get fame then I get money, then I get hoes, and I get this and that, and I won't have to worry about it anymore. But
Yeah.
it's like to get there you have to know what you're doing. You have to
Yeah.
know like how to take risks and break rules without like
Mm-hmm.
making it sound like shit.
Yeah. For
So
sure.
it's not like an overnight thing like as much as like people wish.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like at
Yeah.
all.
And for the album, for both of them, did you kind of have like a theme that you wanted to follow throughout it that you kind of tried to build towards, or was it like, oh, I like this song, I'm gonna just put it in there?
Um, there were like maybe one or two songs. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this is cool. Like, I just want to throw it on there. But the Side Effects of Youth round two was more like anime
Mm-hmm.
and very like I want to say like you felt like you were in a different like dimension
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I mean not obviously like not like crazy like
Yeah.
astral, but like obviously that's kind of like the idea I was going for.
Yeah.
With Life After Round Two, it was definitely more grounded in like I'm driving around with friends and I'm doing this
Mm-hmm.
and that. Like it's not as hyper or like shit like that. It's more like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's more grounded in reality.
Yeah.
And
I
for like
feel that.
my yeah, and for my next album that I'm doing, it's this one's gonna be more like it's gonna be like beach vibes but hard, if that
And
makes
how's
sense.
that one going?
It's going fucking amazing, honestly. Right now,
Yeah.
we've already got, I want to say 8 or 9 tracks. I'm heading
Dang.
for 12, maybe
Mm-hmm.
11. Kind of keep it in like a nice balance, under 30 minutes
Mm-hmm.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
And that one's definitely gonna be like some shit you never heard, like not
Yeah.
even the stuff that I've already released, honestly.
And what kind of like your timeline for the release on that one?
I'm hoping for like end of December, mid January, in between
Oh,
there.
so like in the next 2 months?
Yeah, yeah, definitely,
Dang.
dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, like we've been on our grind, so we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna we're gonna try to make like at least 10 more songs and then cut it
Yeah.
down to there. But yeah,
For sure.
definitely within the next 2 or 3 months,
Mm-hmm.
very very soon.
And for your for the prior projects, how did you kind of like promote those, or did you not
Uh,
really promote them as much?
so with that, like I try to stay as cheap as possible because
Mm-hmm.
I hate spending money on bullshit marketing that doesn't ever work.
Yeah.
But so what I'll always do is like I'll already have like visual stuff and ready because I like with my own brand and stuff. I already
Mm-hmm.
have like visual set, and so I'll
Yeah.
try to like make them very cohesive, go together
Mm-hmm.
with like the brand and the project. And with that, I just mark it on like my account. Like I'll just go on like Twitter, blah blah, blah all this,
Mm-hmm.
and have visuals ready with the song in the background, make it look professional, and all that's
Yeah.
on my own too. So like literally everything you see me put out is always
Mm-hmm.
just me. Like there's nobody else
Dang.
like
Yeah.
making it for me, which is like something I pride myself a lot on because
Yeah.
not a lot of people do that anymore.
For sure. And how do you think like other artists should promote like their albums, should promote like their singles and stuff like that,
Um, I definitely
based off
think.
what you do?
Oh, but yeah, yeah. So what I do, or what I would like, what I'm trying to do more often is, I think a single with a music video before you put out an album is probably the best way
Mm-hmm.
to go about it because it's cool to see the visuals with the song. Because there's
Yeah.
honestly a ton of songs that I hated, but then I saw the music video for it and it made
Mm-hmm.
me love it 10 times more. So I
Yeah.
think that is such a great way to do it and just promote that for a week or two. And then after that, you have like a couple, like maybe a week or two after that, where you have like the
Mm-hmm.
album coming soon and maybe one more song, maybe another music video. I don't know. That's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like where you get stuck. But I would say give yourself like a month where you have one or two singles. And then after that, you have the album like ready so that people
Yeah.
are like anticipating that album. They're like, "Oh, I like this sound and that visual for that album or
Mm-hmm.
that single." Boom, they get the whole project after that. You know.
Yeah, for sure. And what kind of are you doing different for like this next upcoming project that you want to like build upon from like the prior ones,
Uh,
both like just sonically wise and promotional wise?
so sonically, this album is much different than anything I've ever done before because
Mm-hmm.
I've incorporated like indie stuff before, but not as heavily as this one will be. So this
Yeah.
one's literally like taking like indie like Mac DeMarco sounds and then having like Memphis like 3 6 Mafia and putting it
Yeah.
together. So it's like something you've never heard,
Yeah.
like what I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm.
or like
It's like
that's
a mix of two things that like you would never really think would go together.
exactly, yeah. And so I think
Yeah.
that's something that people will like find very intriguing. And if you don't
Mm-hmm.
like it, you don't like it. But I think it's something that I will definitely start heading myself into more so than I have with any other sound that I've done.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so fun to listen to and it's so fun to make that like I don't
Yeah.
really care what anybody thinks. You know,
Yeah, for sure. And has that ever like affected you? Kind of like what you're trying to make stuff that people like, or are you just kind of making stuff that you like?
I only make stuff I like. If I don't like the song, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna drop it. You know,
Yeah.
there's definitely been moments where like I was like, maybe I can make this into some pop bullshit that somebody will bump for a week or
Mm-hmm.
give my fans something that like
Mm-hmm.
people are gonna like over what I like, but
Yeah.
there's no fun in like putting stuff out that you're not gonna enjoy making, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So I will never like make a song and put it out unless I really liked it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I put my whole fucking heart into it.
Yeah.
So
And do you think a lot of people kind of struggle with that?
yeah, I think
Yeah.
that people, kind of like the thing I was saying earlier with the whole trap sound, I think people are trying to
Mm-hmm.
cater more towards what other people like rather than what they like. And that's where like
Yeah.
issues begin. And if you can't do stuff that is artistically your own,
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna be here for long.
Yeah. For sure. I think I know because a lot of people, including me,
Hmm.
I can spend like a day and just bust out like 10 trap beats just because they're easy. They follow a simple
Yeah, it's
thing,
a formula.
and those will probably do better than like the beats that I kind of step outside the box, do something different. Those will perform worse than like the normal trap beats, just because that's what today, just that's kind of what the market is right
Yeah.
now, and that kind of discourages a lot of people. Be like, oh, I can't really do what I want to do because I won't get noticed or I won't get as many numbers as if I just kind of follow the trends right now.
Yeah. It's like it's tough because if you want to do your own thing, people aren't gonna like. No one's gonna like something that's totally different at first. You know,
Yeah.
you have to follow through with what you believe in, and that's when people
Hmm.
start like really catching the wave.
Yeah.
So fuck trends, man. I've never been a fan of them.
That's how we're going into 2021.
Good shit.
No more trends.
Yeah,
No more anything.
yeah. I'm a big fan of genre bending.
Yeah.
I definitely think within the next couple years, genres will be obsolete.
Hmm.
With so many artists like I mean you could even say 21 Pilots or like Oliver Tree. They're bending genres.
Hmm.
They're stepping outside of the box.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. There's a ton of artists today that are doing that and that are coming up, and I think that's a huge thing that more people should do. Take risk. Don't don't stand in this stupid fucking box that you think people are putting you in. The only way to get better is to not stay comfortable.
For sure. And I feel like if, because I think in about like maybe 5 years, when just people are just bending every genre possible, it's gonna make like the Grammys, BET, like all the
Yeah.
awards are gonna be trying to figure out how to actually give people awards,
Yeah.
because even nowadays they put albums in like categories that people know that they're not supposed to be in.
Yeah, wasn't like Igor was
Igor was in like the best rap album
but it wasn't even
when it
rap.
should have been. It wasn't rap. It should have been in like some other category, but they didn't have a category for
Yeah.
that, so they put in like the just like the one that he's usually in.
Yeah. That was a cool
So
album. I'm not a huge fan of it,
it
but I think it
was.
was cool to see such a raw version of Tyler. I think
Hmm.
that's a huge thing that people should start doing more often. Because when you hear
Yeah.
people like rap, it's bullshit, money, cars, women, all this, you know, like the
Hmm.
generic shit. I think if you're
Yeah.
raw and you're like saying things that like about yourself that you wouldn't really tell anybody else, that could be
Hmm.
something cool, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I have the I got the Igor vinyl in my room. I got the poster as well.
hmm.
It's I love that album. It was such a cool. The first listen of it was just such a cool experience.
Yeah, yeah. I
Just
totally agree with
because
you.
from going from Flower Boy to just that
Yeah.
was like just a step that I wouldn't expect for him to make at all.
Yeah, it was kind of like the whole like Wolf to Cherry Bomb sort of
Yeah.
thing. And Cherry Bomb's
Hmm.
one of my favorite albums by him because it's like Yeezus where it's like what the fuck is
Yeah.
this? What's like
Yeah.
that's like a huge risk in his own discography and
Hmm.
his own image that like it's so cool to see. It like you wouldn't
Yeah.
see anybody else do that. And that's why like Tyler the Creator and like Kanye West biggest like inspirations ever.
Hmm.
Kanye West especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You answered the question I was
Oh,
gonna
really?
ask next. Yeah.
Well, was it about the artists? Like my favorite artists?
I was about to say, which artists you think have kind of inspired you in your
Oh,
sound.
well, I mean, Kanye West inspired me for like sampling and stuff like that. Like that's all I
Hmm.
do because I find that to be such like a cool way to make your own sound without like knowing
Hmm.
keys. Because I don't know shit about music theory or
Yeah.
anything like that. I just know how to sample. And so like
Hmm.
another artist is like ASAP Rocky and Suicide Boys.
Hmm.
those like three definitely fucking gave me like inspiration, and like you can hear it in my sound where there's like shit that you would hear from Suicide Boys, but also ASAP Rocky and like a
Yeah.
few other artists that like I love, like Lucky. I love his music too, and
Mhm.
he has like the weirdest fucking samples and melodies that he uses.
Yeah.
So sick. Like there's I wish more people knew about him. He's underrated as fuck.
I don't know anything about music theory either, and like I know the basics. I know the
Yeah,
basics just because of doing this for such a long time
right.
now. But my roommate has perfect pitch,
Really?
and so yeah, and so I abuse this kid all the time because he'll just be sitting playing Xbox. I'm like, hey, what key is this in? What key is this in? What key is this
Yeah.
in? I'll pull up a sample just because he'll listen to it for like 5 seconds, and then boom, he'll be like, oh, B minor, oh, A major. It's like
I've been
it makes my life so much
Yeah, I've
easier.
been using. So my roommate, he's a big help with me because anytime I don't know like the fucking like 808s, I'll ask him. I'll be
Mhm.
like, "Hey, bro, like what's this key in?" And then he'll like play around with it and he'll be like,
Mhm.
"There you go." And I'll just like, "All right, thanks so much, man. Like I didn't fucking know the
Yeah.
808 for that." But and then I also have like this application on my computer called Key Finder, and I just throw the sample in
Mhm.
there, and I'm like, boom, that's a detected key. Throw my 808 in there too, and it
Yeah.
usually works for the most part.
Yeah.
But that's like what I do for my
Sure.
shit.
Yeah. Sampling is so much fun.
It really
It
is,
really
man.
is.
Like I don't get why people would shit on somebody for like using like loops or samples or like because you
Mhm.
there's so much creativity behind doing that in its own. Like
Yeah.
yeah, cool. You can make your own like keys and shit like that. I like Omnisphere, Nexus, Alchemy, like that shit's
Mhm.
cool. Don't get me wrong, but I think sampling has a totally different perspective on like making your own thing. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. I feel like it's how you approach a sample because I mean, there's a lot of times that you just find like a 10-second part of the song and then you can throw it in as a
hmm
loop and that really doesn't take that much effort or you can like chop it
yeah,
up and completely change it. So, it just depends how you approach it, how you think it'll sound best as
yeah. I
well.
mean, you can even do like whatever the fucking 10-second loop. But if you're like
Mhm.
taking different parts from the song too
Yeah.
and throwing it in there, like that's fucking dope. That's what I've been doing lately
Yeah.
too, is without like just taking one part, I'll be like, okay, what about this part? Like what else can I do to
Mhm.
throw on
Yeah.
more shit going on? So it's
For
not
sure.
so monotonous throughout the song.
Mhm. I like the Mac vinyl in the back.
Huh? Oh yeah,
I like
yeah,
yeah.
circles. Yeah, I
Yeah. I got that one
Oh,
over
really?
here.
I
Mhm.
have a ton more at my house, but I'm at my dorm right now. Well, like
Yeah.
student housing. But yeah, that one I got it finally like shipped in like September, and I was like, okay, well I'll just hang
Yeah.
it up since I don't have my record player here. So, and then
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that like that small ass painting right there.
Oh
That's
yeah.
the that's the album I made about literally like a year ago, where I finally like was
Mhm.
taking music like, yeah, this is fucking sick.
Dang.
With my friend Josh, aka Hazy Skies,
Yeah.
and he'll be on the next album too. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. I have you kind of like cuz I dropped an album I want to say it was in June, so I think 3 months ago. 4 months
Mhm.
ago. 4 months. 4 to 5 months ago,
Yeah.
somewhere around that. And I wanted to get it put on a vinyl just so I could have it in my
Mhm.
room. I haven't gone around to it yet though, but I just feel like that would be so cool to have. Like it's
Yeah.
my album that I have on my
Yeah.
vinyl. It just
I
would be
actually
such a
did
cool
that
feeling.
cuz my yeah,
Yeah.
my dad's like a huge supporter of my music.
Mhm.
He's definitely like a huge motivator in like what I do. Cuz even since the
Yeah.
meme music, he loved it. He was like, this is fucking hilarious. So
Yeah.
he was like, "Yo, could you get like those songs on vinyl?" And so I like picked like 8 songs and put it on like a 10-inch vinyl,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
uh and I got like 4 of them for $80, so it wasn't like too much.
Dang.
Um,
It's not
yeah,
bad.
no, not at all. And so I was able to get here. I'll pull it down real quick, actually.
Let's see it.
So it like looks pretty like official, you know,
Yeah.
like
Oh, that is
yeah.
nice.
So this
Yeah.
is like a picture I took over the
That's
summer,
sick.
and I was like, oh, that'd be fucking
Yeah.
sick to have like on a vinyl, and then like on the back it's Pretty Boy Call best hits.
Oh, it's fire. I like
Yeah.
that.
So yeah, it's fucking dope because like you always hear it on Spotify and shit like that, and so like hearing it on a
Yeah.
vinyl, you shitting me? Like
That's
yeah,
crazy. For 80 bucks for
yeah,
them?
yeah.
That's not
No,
bad
not
at
at all.
all.
I'll have to send you the link after I get out of this.
Yeah, I was about to say you got to send me that so I can get my own.
Yeah, yeah, it was cool. When they came in and everything, it was like a
That's
little
crazy.
box, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh, that's
Yeah.
it's so cool. Feels really professional.
Yeah. Got to got to add it to my
Mm-hmm.
collection. So, kind of moving on from your kind of like the inspirations part and
Mm-hmm.
everything. Do you think right now that you've kind of found your sound yet, or you're kind of still looking for that?
I think I've definitely found my sound within my voice that I want to take and I
Mm-hmm.
want to keep going with. Um, but
Yeah.
with all my music, I'm gonna keep progressing. I'm gonna keep experimenting. Like,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, in like a year, I don't think my sound within like music is gonna be the same. I think you're still gonna be able to tell
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, this is Pretty Boy Call, but I don't think you're gonna be
Yeah.
like listening to a song from now and a song from a year ago and be like, he hasn't progressed, you know.
Yeah.
But I definitely think I've found a direction that I want to keep running with and keep going in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as far as like the music itself, it's gonna keep progressing. I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep taking risks. Even if like I were to get like a huge following, like I'm not gonna
Mm-hmm.
stay in one lane for any person because
For
it's
sure.
music isn't fun if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you know.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of like the bigger artists and even just smaller artists that's something that's like a really pivotal decision in their careers, whether to stick with the sound that they've kind of been
Hmm.
known for or to switch it up whenever they want to.
Yeah, because if you don't like switch it up, because you can always go back to a sound that you really like,
Mm-hmm.
or like your fans like or whatever. Like you can make that song if you found a
Yeah.
formula for it. But if you like don't have anything or you don't have like people that are bumping your shit, then like I would suggest just keep taking risks, keep changing it up because
Yeah.
if they didn't like it the first way you did it, why would they like it if you did the same shit again, you know? So
Yeah. For sure.
uh if you do like some future type beat and throw lyrics on that,
Mm-hmm.
why would you try to do it again if no one really liked it, you know?
Yeah.
You can always come back to that, but try something different,
Mm-hmm.
try something completely different.
Yeah. Just test it out. Try it. See how people
Yeah.
react.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Cuz there's always
Do
room
you?
to grow as an artist. No matter
Oh,
no
one
matter
hundred
how good
percent.
you
Yeah.
are, there's always room to grow.
Mm-hmm. Infinite possibilities, pretty much.
110%.
Do you think that kind of being able to make beats, being able to engineer, has like given you more opportunities, more people to work with than is if you kind of like only knew how to make beats or if you were only an
Um
artist?
well, I mean, even knowing how to do all of it, I don't really collaborate with anybody. And I know that sounds like such like a
Mm-hmm.
selfish thing to say, but I just don't really like to.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried it
Yeah.
before.
That ruins my
Huh?
next question.
Oh, really?
That
I'm
ruins my
sorry.
next question. I was about to ask who are somebody that you would want to
Oh.
collaborate with.
Okay, well like
Oh yeah,
yeah, me,
myself.
just me, myself and I. No.
Yeah, me. Yeah.
Like I don't mind collaborating with people. It's just like some people that are in this community, uh like I said, like just stick to something that they know and don't like taking risks. So it hurts like my
Yeah.
own creative whatever to
Mm-hmm.
to like work with them because like I
Yeah.
I have like a specific like direction of like sound that I
Mm-hmm.
like, and people are just doing like the generic shit that I am not a fan of, and it just doesn't like sound like fun to
Yeah.
me. It just sounds like something that's a
Yeah.
wannabe Billboard song. Um,
For
but
sure.
I have collaborated with this one dude. Shout out BFL. He was on one of the songs from my last album. It was "What You Think"
Mm-hmm.
remix, and that one was very like Suicide Boys type beat. And I actually
Yeah.
threw like a scrim,
Mm-hmm.
like one of Scrim's old verses, like as a sample that I used. Yeah, it
Oh,
was
that's
it was pretty
fire.
cool. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I think the only people I'd want to collaborate with are like people that like aren't in this genre besides like ASAP
Yeah.
Rocky or like I don't know, people outside of rap, because people outside of rap look at music
Yeah.
very, very differently. And I think that's such a fucking cool
Mm-hmm.
thing to do, is like not look at it as like such like a formula of okay, I need a kick, snare, 808, hi-hat. Like obviously that
Mm-hmm.
sounds fucking dope all the time, but if you are outside of rap and you listen to, like classical music or like Pink Floyd and fucking
Mm-hmm.
Mac DeMarco and shit like that, like you're gonna think of music in such like a different perspective that going on like a rap song, it'll like I think it'll create something so cool.
Yeah. You want to work with people who kind of push your boundaries and
Oh
push
yeah.
like the genres and
Mm-hmm.
everything. Yeah, I feel that. I think, especially because within like the community, everybody right now is trying to build up their sound and
Yeah.
build up their brand, that they don't really want to expand because they're like, I want to be known for this first,
And then yeah.
and then once I get a following, I will
I
expand.
think
So,
if I could work with more people, I totally would. It's just always people
hmm,
that are kind of like arrogant about their sound, and they're like, "No, I want to go in this
yeah,
direction," or like, "No, I have like these beats and very specific, like I like the way they sound." But if
hmm,
they were very open to it, I would love it, but it's just not a lot of people that are
yeah,
open to doing that. Or even if I do a collaboration with somebody and like send them like a beat or like some vocals or something like that,
hmm,
they they just don't come through. Like that's a huge problem
yeah,
in this community, is like people don't come through
hmm,
with what they're doing or what
yeah.
they want to do.
It's it's like a 50-50
Yeah.
chance. Either you'll get a verse back or you just won't ever
Yeah.
hear from them again.
And like I like the whole group chat thing on Twitter that we have going.
Hmm, hmm,
I've made like two or three of them, and like they've got like 30, 40 people in them, which is like awesome, because then I have like a place to like,
yeah,
yo, like who wants to like go on this or stuff like that. And like it's a
hmm,
great place to grow. It's just like I said, like if you're not open to hearing new sounds, it kind of it kind of hurts you in a way, you know?
yeah,
Because I don't want to be
yeah,
stuck in rap forever. Like I like the rap sound, but I want
hmm,
to like you said, like push my boundaries,
expand on it.
expand,
Yeah,
see what else I have in
yeah,
my
for sure,
arsenal.
for sure. And do you think kind of like having, because what music do you listen to mostly?
Um, Honestly, it's mostly like, yeah. Have you ever heard of a Hooligan Chase? He's like
I've not, no.
he's like very Memphis like rap, and like that's like my favorite is
Hmm,
Memphis rap. It's like very bouncy and like very like, oh
yeah,
fuck, he keeps going. It's not like totally like
yeah,
trap or anything like that. That's like one of my favorite
hmm,
artists. I'll listen to like fucking like classical music here and there. I'll listen. My One of my favorite
hmm,
artists is Lord too. Yeah, Pure
yeah,
Heroine, such a good album. So is Melodrama. Um, who else? Like Suicide Boys, uh,
hmm,
indie shit, like bedroom pop stuff like that. Like I listen to much more
hmm.
than rap, but like there's
To,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
to
But there's
multiple
definitely like a
stuff.
sound in rap that I like more than anything that I would listen
Hmm,
to.
yeah, yeah. And do you think that because you listen to so many different types of music, that's kind of encourage you to
Oh yeah,
spread out more instead of
yeah.
just
Because
staying
I
in one
remember
genre?
I would listen to Pink Floyd, and there were things in Pink Floyd's music that I actually put into my own music
Hmm,
that I thought was so cool. And then it's like the same thing with
yeah,
indie, where I'll be able to find an indie sample and then like indie drums and then incorporate it into
hmm,
my own song. and it sounds like totally
Yeah,
different than just rap. So it really like
for sure.
I would recommend that to anybody that's like that feels stuck. Listen to a different genre. Listen to something completely different that will take you into like a different dimension of what you're already doing. You know?
Hmm. Yeah, I feel like I most of the people who do stay in just one lane tend to only listen to that
Yeah.
kind of
They
music that
listen to
they're
like
making.
Gunna, Lil
One hundred
Baby,
percent.
fucking Young Thug. It's like, okay,
Mhm.
dude, what else you got? Like, just because they got one formula that they got doesn't mean they're the hottest shit. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know. That's the only thing I hate about like people. They stick to like a
Yeah.
it's like an NPC. Like they have one thing to do,
Mhm.
very one-minded, very closed-minded, and it's like
Yeah.
you could totally broaden your horizons and like do some cool shit, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And there are people doing it, just not. It's not the
No, it's
popular
not.
thing to
Yeah.
do, I guess.
But it's what creates like a
Yeah.
popular sound is doing something different. So,
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, like I would even
But
say look at like Lil Peep, for example. He was not I remember I remember putting him on in my friend's car. He was like, "Dude, what the fuck is this? Like, this sounds like garbage." And now he literally likes Lil Peep after he died, and it's like I
yeah.
don't hate people for like liking somebody after they die because I can totally get that. Like, oh wow, they were
Mhm.
actually really good. But it's like you have to be open minded to like different sounds. I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't know. That's all I'm gonna say.
For sure.
All
That's where we're
right.
gonna leave it off at. So we got a couple more things. It's like I think we're at
Mhm.
40 minutes. If my I guess every single time, I don't know. If my guess is
All right.
correct, we're around 40 minutes. So, um how we end the episodes
Mhm.
are we got 3 questions for you to answer, and then you get to ask a question for the next guest for the
Ooh.
next episode.
Okay.
So, before we do that, I got one more topic
Mhm.
to kind of just talk over, and then we'll head that up. So, the next thing is if I can remember every episode, every single time I forget something. It's either a question, a whole topic, or just something I was supposed to say.
All right. Good.
Yeah, okay, I remembered. It was I was about to mention the clothes
Oh
behind you.
yeah. Well, that on the rack right there is
Yeah.
just like stuff that I wear. Like obviously, it's just hoodies and like
Mhm.
stuff like that. But that banner up there is my brand, and like I've had that since I
Mhm.
was like 16, and obviously like have expanded it on it and stuff like even the hoodie I'm wearing is HOGLEG. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
That's
This was
fire.
like the drop I did back in
Is it?
May.
Yeah. Is it like so? When did? Yeah, that's what I was.
Oh,
I was gonna
okay.
mention the brand. Okay,
Yeah.
I
All
know where I'm at. I
right.
know where I'm at now. When did you? So you said you started that
Yeah,
in
it was
2016.
at the tail end, and then I finally got into it my senior year, and I did like a bunch of drops, and everybody at my high school like loved it. It
Mhm.
was like it was kind of like what I was known
Yeah.
for, and then when I got into college, it was a little harder to
Mhm.
stay on top of it while doing schoolwork. But I've gotten
Yeah.
like back into it heavily, and so for like this next drop,
Mhm.
it's gonna be tied in with my music. And so like anytime now there's a drop,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to plan it with the music and then like have like a smaller drop in between the
Mhm.
music to kind of keep it like going and keep it fresh,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And it's kind of the same thing.
Mhm. And is it
Um,
strictly clothing?
yeah, mostly just clothing, like stickers here and there,
Yeah.
posters. You know, nothing crazy, just something that like
Mhm.
will give you like a
Yeah.
different article of clothing like in your thing, and nothing like
Yeah.
trendy or anything like that. It's just against like the grain and
Yeah.
against the status quo. That's kind of like my thing.
Mhm. Yeah. And you
Yeah, yeah,
design it all and everything too.
yeah.
That's sick. I'm gonna have to keep a lookout on that.
Yeah,
Cop a sticker for my computer.
yeah,
Maybe
bro.
cop a
Send
hoodie
it
or
through.
something.
I'll send you some things.
Appreciate it. It's fire. I really like
Yeah,
the logo
that's
back
my
there too.
favorite. I that was started off
It's fire.
actually as
Yeah.
like just a t-shirt design, and I was like, this could be so iconic,
Mhm.
you know. And so I just kind of kept it running, and
Yeah.
I think it's held its ground pretty well.
No, for sure. Yeah. And it's something that kind of
Yeah,
differentiates
I
you
would
from
think
everybody
so.
else. Just because you have the clothing brand that you've made coinciding with
Mhm.
your music, and it's like um it's like one of like those like the Marvel
Oh
movies
yeah.
how they're all connected.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like okay, cool. I had like this jacket from this guy that I got during this
Yeah,
release
yeah,
of music
exactly.
that he dropped, and
Yeah.
like they all go
Yeah.
together. It's pretty cool.
I like to think of it that
I
way
like that.
too. It's kind of like little eras, you
Yeah.
know.
For sure. It's like how Travis drops like 20 things of
Yeah.
merch for every
Like,
song
oh,
he
I got the
drops.
franchise tee when he dropped that. Like, it's actually
hmm
cool to look back on it. Like that, I have like a couple of Astroworld tees, and he
Yeah.
doesn't even like have like same designs as that now. And it's cool to see like how different
Yeah.
it is since then.
Yeah. I copped an Astroworld jacket and then one of like the raincoats that he
Oh
had.
yeah, yeah, that's pretty tough.
Huge. It's huge. It doesn't
No,
fit me. It's
you're not
huge.
gonna resell it.
No, but I mean, I checked on like StockX and Goat. It goes for I'd make like maybe $80, so it's really not worth it to me.
Yeah.
I'd rather keep it because it's like because I got it at the concert,
Oh, okay.
so it's more sentimental value than
Yeah.
anything keeping it.
I got the
But it's
I got
cool.
the fucking Fortnite action figure. I was like,
I was debating on
dude, it
that.
was like,
I was
how
debating
much
on
was it?
that.
I think it was like $90. I was like, okay,
It was 90
yeah.
bucks.
I was,
It's not that bad. I
no,
mean, 45 for
yeah, it was
each.
pretty cool. And then I was gonna like resell it, and someone was like, "Oh, I'll buy one of them," and I was like, "Oh, no, 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 no. I don't want to like sell them
hmm
separately. Like, it's the box.
Yeah.
It's like in mint condition. If I'm not gonna sell both of
hmm
them, I'm just gonna hold on to it till like I have kids and like they're gonna see
Yeah.
fucking Travis Scott, obviously, and they're gonna
They're gonna
fucking know, and they'll be like,
you're
"Holy shit, you have that!" Like,
you're you're gonna walk. You're gonna come home one day and your
yeah,
kids are gonna
dude.
like just be playing with them. The box is gonna be
Oh my
torn
god.
open
I
and
remember when
everything. It's
the
gonna be
first day I actually got
horrible.
it, I have a little brother and he plays Fortnite and everything like that. And he saw the box and he
hmm
was like, "Oh my god, this is so cool." I went back into the kitchen to like grab like a knife to open the box from like the actual seal
hmm
itself. And he was like already like trying to fucking rip it open. I was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. We're keeping this mint, man. Like
Yeah.
relax." It
No,
was funny.
cause I mean, my friends and I stopped playing Fortnite a
Oh
while
yeah, it's
ago,
dead, dude.
and then whenever they said Travis Scott was going, like, okay, we have to go watch
Yeah,
this.
you got to see the concert. I saw it even. Like
It was sick. I
it
can't
was
even lie.
pretty
It was
fucking
sick.
dope,
It
man.
was sick. Shout out to them, bro. But no, the entire time I'm like debating whether or not to like. I have it on my cart and everything
Yeah.
with my information ready. I just have to press buy, and I'm like, do I really need this? Do I really want this? I
Well,
decided not to. I bought the Fortnite skin instead and just called it a day.
yeah, it's not bad at all. At
Yeah,
least you got the skin because I can't even buy that
ex-
now.
exactly. So, hopefully one day, in about 10 years from now,
Yeah.
I can sell my Fortnite account for a good amount.
Yeah, yeah.
Put way too much money into that thing. But I mean, that's something really cool just to have like your own brand, have
Mhm.
it coincide with like your music and everything. Just because it makes every not only just release of clothing or music, but just kind of like the whole process makes it really unique.
Thank you, thank you. I definitely try to have like a theme that I like
hmm
and have like a somewhat of a message to go for.
Yeah.
Um, Especially since I'm third year graphic designer at a college, Ringling
hmm
College. And so like our main thing that we're going over right now is like what's the message? What does it mean? How are you gonna like make that
Yeah.
all be very coherent and
hmm
like cohesive?
Yeah.
And so like it's helping me a lot because now I'm
hmm
like taking a step back and like what does hogleg mean? What is this? Like how am I
Yeah.
gonna give it a visual like look without making it like cliche or something
Yeah.
that you
Kind of
wouldn't want?
obvious.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's so. Do you kind of make your own covers and everything just because of that graphic design?
Yeah. Mhm. So like I'll have like photos like people will take of me here and there and then I'll
hmm
just like edit them for like the last two covers I did for my albums.
hmm
That's exactly what it was. Like my mom took a picture of me when we were like downtown and
Yeah.
it worked perfectly for the album cover and I thought it was so cool. But the one back there,
Yeah.
Balloon Party is the name of it And for that, I was like really feeling like a picture wouldn't work, but
Mm-hmm.
like more like a painting. And my
Yeah.
friend is an illustration, my roommate,
Oh, that's
and
perfect.
he
Yeah.
did a painting of it within like 20 minutes. And I was like, just stop right there. Like that's perfect how it is.
Yeah.
And so literally all I did was I took a picture of it, threw it in Photoshop, make it look like a little bit better, and
Mm-hmm.
then boom, it was on Spotify, and it looks fucking sick.
Yeah. Sick. So now I know who to hit up for my next album cover.
Yeah, yeah. I run commissions on Instagram for the most part.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Just I got this idea. I just drew it up from
Hmm.
memory. You're about to laugh. So let's see. This is like the square, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you have mountains in the back
Hmm.
with the clouds. The
Yeah,
moon is there because it's nighttime.
yeah.
And then you have the ocean with a guy in a boat.
Like a small
And
little boat.
yeah, a small little boat.
Yeah.
And then the moon is shining light just on the boat.
Oh, okay. That'd be kind of tough. I like that.
And
I love doing
because
lighting.
the name that I'm thinking about it is My Beautiful Death, and
Hmm.
like the whole concept of it is like just the light and the darkness and everything.
Yeah.
And so what I was trying to figure out for the cover is how do you make it like the most evil looking mountain background, ocean, everything.
Like the most evil, beautiful thing ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that'd be
Like
tough.
cuz I want the boat to be like like the angel in a boat,
Hmm.
and then like the moon's just shining light on the angel, but around like the ocean there's like sharks, there's like bones over by the mountains and everything like that. So
That could be pretty
that's
sick.
that's the concept I'm working on right now.
Yeah. That'd be
But
that. Yeah, I like that idea.
I've been kind of pushing it back just so I can get season 2
Hmm.
kind of rolling, and then once after that I could just start working on it again.
Yeah.
But I'll for sure hit you up if I
Yeah.
need
Yeah. Let
anything
me
with
know.
that.
I can totally help
Sir.
out with that.
So, you ready for the 3 questions?
Oh yeah.
You sure? Everybody struggles
Actually,
with
I don't
these
know.
3
I don't know.
questions. All right, you
Give me a
ready?
sec. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go.
If First question, if you could choose any 2 artists to drop a collab album right now, who would it be?
Travis Scott and ASAP Rocky.
That was fast. That was you're different
Yeah.
from the other people. You are different from the other people.
Dude, I I have always wanted that album, or just
Yeah.
even like one song from them would be so sick, because they like Travis Scott has like super psychedelic trap,
Mhm.
and then ASAP Rocky has like psychedelic indie now, and I'm
Yeah.
like, if you just put them together, bro, like I've always
That would
thought
be
about that.
crazy. That would be insane.
Yeah, people would shit themselves over that,
I would have I don't like long albums, but I would not mind like a 30-song album from them.
right? Fucking Trippie Redd just put
Just
out a 26 song album. I didn't want that, but here we
yeah.
are.
And then he added the deluxe, and it ended up being like 57 songs long after
Oh my
that.
god.
Because I was like, you know what? I'll give him a chance. I'll listen to the album. I saw it was 27 songs. Like, you know what? I can do without it.
Yeah, yeah. I
It was.
I tried listening to it. I got to like 4 songs in, and I was like, I gotta listen to like 20 more of these.
Hmm.
Not it, bro. It was
I
not
just
it.
couldn't do it. Shout out Trippy, but I just could not
No,
do it.
yeah.
All right. Second question is, if you could have made any song that's out right now, which one would you want to make?
Oh, oh, that's a pretty good one. Um, I would say either "Sundress" by ASAP Rocky.
Hmm.
That's such a cool song.
It is.
Or do you know who Oliver Francis is?
Yeah.
Okay, he has a song called "Dead or Alive Freestyle."
Hmm.
Probably one of my favorite songs by him. I would want to make one of those. Like one of those 2 songs. Like that's like exactly like the sound I love and want to keep going in.
Yeah.
That would be fucking dope.
Sick.
Yeah.
And this question is from Arrogant on the track, who, I mean, yeah, today I released the episode with them today.
Hmm.
So he asked, "Are you?" I'm trying to remember how to phrase this. How you phrase it? Okay, yeah. Is music something you're really passionate about?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Hmm.
Like even when I'm not like on top of my game, like not even feeling like I can make a good song right now, I'll make some
Yeah.
fucking meme track that I love, and me and my
Yeah.
friends will just have a blast making it. And like that
Yeah.
really showed me like, holy shit, I really like making music. And
Hmm.
anytime I listen to a song, I like fucking dissect the shit out of it. And
Yeah.
it's just music's always been in my life, and I think it's always going to be in my life. I think it's so cool. Like, listen to like the vocals and hear like the reverb and the delay and like shit like that
Yeah.
and how they perfect it. So cool. Yeah. So definitely.
Sick. All right. What's your question for the next guest?
Ooh.
He is a producer.
Producer. Okay.
Just yeah.
Who? Wait, no. You're actually gonna ask that. I was gonna say who inspired your sound. Let's see. Who's
Yeah,
your?
don't take any of my questions.
Yeah. So, are you gonna ask something like about outside of rap?
Go
Okay.
ahead.
I was gonna say like, who's your favorite outside of rap, like favorite artist, and like why, and how if and like have they inspired your sound at all?
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So, as a thank you for doing this, I'm gonna be sending you season 2 sticker.
Hell yeah, man.
I couldn't find it earlier, so I unhooked my whole speaker just so I could do this because I have it on there.
Oh, sick. Okay.
But
I like the
I'm gonna be
vote for
sending
it.
that over to you. Thank you. I didn't know where to put it, so I just slapped it on here.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, this one's coming over to you.
Sweet.
So whenever we're done with this, just shoot me an address. I'll send it over when I get back. And I mean, I appreciate having you, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
It
Thank
was
you so
fun.
much for having me, man. That's
Yeah, for sure.
really cool. Really cool shit.
I really like your whole vision and everything, especially with the brand and stuff.
Thank you.
I really like it. It's unique.
Well,
So-
I'll have to keep it going. Never stop.
Yes, sir. So, your album is on every platform.
Yeah, yeah. Every single album up to date has been out on every single platform: Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, SoundCloud,
Alright, cool.
etc. And
So make sure to go check that out.
yeah, next album will be out
100%.
within a couple months. Just be on the lookout.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So thank you everybody for watching and listening. I got to start saying that because I forget that I figured out how to put this on like Spotify podcasts and Apple podcasts.
Right.
So there's people who listen, and I feel bad because there's some parts that like I show something,
Oh
and
yeah.
the people who listen just have no idea what I'm
What
talking
the fuck
about.
is he talking about, bro?
Yeah, he's like, what is this? What is like they miss a whole segment
Yeah.
just because I'm like base it off that. But thank you everybody for watching and listening. Make sure to go check out his music, albums. Links will all be in the description below. And I mean, we'll catch you next week. Thank you, man.
Anytime, man. Thank you so much.